Okay, y'all, so, ooh, I look bad. I look so bad. But I am going to transform myself because okay, so hold on. Let me rewind that back. I'm pregnant. Fireworks, I don't know if I can insert them. But yes, I'm pregnant. I am 7 months, and that's why, you know, I haven't been posting anything. I feel like there's always something that stops me from being able to post a YouTube video. But I'm pregnant. So this video is pretty much going to be me transforming myself, because during my entire pregnancy, y'all, this is how I've been looking. I just been looking like this. I've been looking a hot ass mess, and I need to get it together. So I'm gonna try to do my makeup, try to do my hair. So while I'm doing my makeup, I was thinking of maybe just talking to you guys about, you know, my pregnancy and how it's been. I really look bad. I cannot believe I'm on Instagram. I mean on YouTube like this. But just talk to you guys about my pregnancy, how it's been, my symptoms, what I've been going through, and pretty much tell you a little bit about my pregnancy journey. Hopefully that's what the video ends up being. If not, it might just be me doing my makeup, and I might have to put some music in the back. I don't know. But yes, I'm pregnant. I cannot believe I'm pregnant, y'all. Like how? I was supposed to have a hot girl summer, and it's not giving hot girl summer. It's giving tired. It's giving stressed. It's giving fed up. But it is giving joy. Like, I am happy. Baby's healthy. God has a lot in store for me and my baby and my little family. And we're excited. We're super excited. We're happy. And I cannot believe I am on YouTube like this. Let me hurry up and get my shit together, because this is not it. Alright, y'all want to see my butt? I don't even know if y'all could. Y'all would be able to see my butt. But there's baby. There is baby. We'll get into the pregnancy, but that's baby. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for him to come. I don't know what he's gonna look like. I don't know if he's gonna look like me or his dad or what. Let me try to do my makeup, y'all. First of all, let me go put my eyelashes on. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. This lash is thicker than this lash. This one got a little messed up, so just ignore it. Okay, I'm gonna get some lashes soon. Y'all know I haven't been doing my makeup. Alright, so I guess I'll start with the symptoms from my first, well, no. So I'm 7 months pregnant, and I am in my 3rd trimester. I just made it into my 3rd trimester. I'm excited because that means that he's about to come soon, and I cannot wait to meet him. Oh, it's a boy. It's a boy. It's a boy. It's a boy. So yeah, I'm so excited to meet him. I cannot wait. And recently I've just been trying to prepare for him, trying to get everything together, registry, baby shower, you know, trying to figure out everything for him, because I'm bringing a little man into this world, and I'm just super excited. So I think I'm in like that nesting stage where I just want to buy stuff and set up stuff and clean stuff and I can't sit down. I literally cannot sit down. This isn't about to be no crazy week, so please do not judge the way I'm about to do my makeup. So my first trimester was hell, okay? It was hell. I found out when I was about like 4 weeks. I knew something was telling me that I was pregnant, but I just like didn't really want to believe it. And then when I was leaving out for work one day, I was like, you know what, let me just go take a test, because if I don't take the test, then I'm gonna still be worried, and I'm not about to sit here and be trying to really try to wait until my period comes. Like, I'm not doing that. Or waiting to see. Like, I'm not doing that. I just want to know. So I literally, well, I'm far from the mirror trying to do my eyebrows, but I literally got dressed early in the morning, and I went straight. Before, it was a CVS across the street from my apartment, so I got dressed for work, and before I went to work, I just went to CVS. And I was like, you know what, let me just grab 2 tests and let me just get it over with. So I took the test to work with me because I was going to be late. So I took the test to work, and when I got to work, I waited a little bit because I was kind of scared. I was nervous. I had stuff to do at work anyway, so I couldn't just immediately go in there and take the test, go in the bathroom and take the test that quick. So I wound up waiting a little bit. I think I waited until my break. I think that's what I did. I waited until my break. I'm just using this brow pencil from the store, or from the hair store. But I waited until my break. I took the test, and it came up positive, and I'm like, I was literally froze. I'm like, what the fuck? How? Well, not how, but like, oh my God, this is really happening. So I came out, and my boss was like, are you okay? My manager, she was like, are you okay? I was like, no. I was like, no. And she was like, well, what's the problem? What's wrong? And I gave her, well, I didn't give it to her, but I had it like wrapped up or whatever. And I just showed her, I turned it around and showed her like this. And she was like, oh, are you excited? Like, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I did not expect, for I really thought that my period was just gonna come late. I didn't expect for, I didn't expect for me to be pregnant at all. So I wound up telling him. He wound up like crying. Well, not crying, but he was kind of just like in shock. Just like how I was. He was in shock. It wasn't like we were planning it. It wasn't. It was. It just wasn't planned, and I feel like it's one of those things where we're both not stupid. Like, we know what can happen, but it just happened. So it was just like, oh shoot, we must have a baby. I had a couple things lined up as far as like working, my career goals. I had, you know, jobs and stuff lined up, so I really, like, this was just not in the plans. I'm not gonna get into, you know, the whole story. But now I'm pregnant. I'm still pregnant. So clearly we decided to keep him. And we're super happy and we can't wait. So let's get into these motherfucking symptoms. So pregnancy is no joke. Like, it's literally no joke. That was just the LA Girl concealer. The symptoms that I have been having. So I feel like I got every single pregnancy symptom that there is, yo. When I tell y'all, my pregnancy has been so freaking crazy. So in the beginning, my first trimester, I was getting, let's start off with the nausea. The nausea was so bad. It was like every day, all day, I just was nauseous. In the morning, in the evening, at night, I was nauseous. Everything made me nauseous. I could not eat. By the time I was around like 10, well, a couple weeks later, it was still happening. And I was literally at work, like, losing it. Because I was so freaking, because I was so freaking nauseous. Like, it was so hard to sit there at that freaking desk. Because everything made me nauseous. And then, of course, I work with people. I'm not just working by myself. So I'm in the office and everybody's like, you know, heating up their food, eating, and I could not do it. It was so freaking hard to do it. It was so hard. So then after the nausea came the vomiting. The vomiting before work, after work, at night. The vomiting, it seemed like my sensitivity to smell was making me vomit. Like, I threw up everything. Nothing can stay down. So there was a person that lived under me. He used to cook, and I was on like the 3rd floor. I was on the floor above him. So everything that he would cook, I would smell, because, you know, heat rises to the top. I don't know if he would, it was some kind of meat that he was making every day or every other day. It wasn't every day, but it was every other day. I literally did not want to go home. Like, I would get off work and not want to go home because the smell was just so bad and I could not deal with it. I couldn't cook. I tried to cook during my first trimester. One time I came home, I was like, dang, I'm hungry, because I really wasn't eating like that. So I was like, dang, I'm hungry. Let me try to I had just bought an air fryer. So I'm like, let me try to just season some chicken real quick and throw it in the air fryer. Yo, I tried to season that chicken, but the moment I smelled the seasoning, done. I threw right up. I couldn't cook it. I couldn't cook nothing else. From that moment on, from that point on, I did not cook. I couldn't do it because I was just like, anything, I didn't know if it was the seasonings that was making me throw up or the smell of the meat, or I didn't know what it was. But everything was just making me throw up. So I threw up probably every day for my first and second trimester. That's a long time. But I threw up probably every single day. Indigestion came right after that. So I couldn't eat spaghetti, like anything with tomato sauce, pizza, oranges, anything that was acidic at all, I couldn't do because the indigestion was so bad. Like, I was literally at the doctor, at my nurse, at the doctor's, I'll just say. I was at the doctor's, like, well, they were like, you're not gaining any weight, because I wasn't gaining any weight. By this time, it's like, well, time is going on, so now I'm like 17, 18 weeks pregnant, and I'm not gaining anything. Like, I don't look pregnant at all. My stomach was still super flat. And they're just like, are you eating? We're concerned. And I'm like, yes, I'm eating. But, like, I'm trying to eat, but I can't keep anything down. Like, nothing is staying down. and it's really aggravating because I'm hungry. So they were, you know, just telling me, it was to the point where they was giving me all these meds, Zofran and all this other stuff to take. And then they're like, oh, try to eat one French fry every 15 minutes, just one, because I couldn't keep nothing down. Like, nothing would stay down. It was so nerve-wracking. So eventually I kind of figured out some of the things that I could eat. Well, I tried in the beginning, I tried like smoothies and stuff like that. None of that stuff was working. None of that was working. Like the smoothies, the fruit. I was addicted to watermelon. I was addicted to watermelon the first trimester. During the second trimester, I was kind of over the watermelon. And right now, I still kind of crave it sometimes, but I'm still kind of over it. But yeah, I was like addicted to to watermelon. Fruit cups. I can eat fruit cups. I started figuring out that, okay, the fruit cups are staying down. I can do the fruit cups. What else was I able to eat? Juice, lemonade was my best friend, and ginger ale was my best friend during my second trimester. Rice, I can eat rice, and I can eat string beans. When I tell y'all I am addicted to string beans, I love string beans, especially string beans from the Chinese store right now. They are so good. I don't know what it is about them damn string beans, but string beans, baby. A lot of the vegetables I could eat, but the fruits and stuff, I just couldn't. I couldn't really do it. Like, I hate the smell of bananas. Literally everything was just bothering me, to the point where even when I moved out of my apartment, I couldn't clean out my refrigerator. I had to get somebody to help me clean out my refrigerator because the smell, like, I just couldn't do the smell of any kind of food. Like, it wasn't like it was stinking or anything, but I just could not take the smell of it. And headaches. Okay, so the migraines that I got during my first and second trimester got worse and worse and worse and worse. It was to the point where I would wake up with a migraine, go to work with the migraine, get off of work, go to sleep, and wake up with the same freaking migraine. It was so bad. I did not understand why I was having headaches like that. And I was looking up everything, and they're like, oh, if you're, you know, having headaches, call, or whatever Google was saying. Google was saying is what I was doing. And it was just, I know my doctors were tired of me. Like, I know by that time, I was calling literally every other week. Well, every weekend probably. Because it seemed like during the week, I would try to like deal with it because I know I had to get up and go to work. Like, I know I had things to do, but y'all, during the weekends when I had my time off, I was just so tired. The headaches were so bad, and it was just so freaking annoying. So I would call my doctors, and they would, you know, tell me what to do. I'm not really a medicine taker, so they were telling me, oh, you can take Tylenol, but you can't take this, you can't take that. I didn't really want to take anything because I have a baby inside of me, and I don't take Tylenol for like cramps or anything. I don't even take medicine for that. So it was just like, okay, thanks for the suggestion, but I'm probably not going to take the Tylenol. And that was that. And I had to just kind of deal with the migraines. They eventually stopped, thank God. Also, in my first trimester, the prenatal pills made me nauseous as well. So I feel like, along with the fact that I was already having like that crazy sensitivity to smell, and that was making me throw up, the prenatals that I was taking in the morning was also making me throw up as well. So, well, making me nauseous and throw up as well. So I definitely had to go through a bunch of different kinds of prenatal pills until I found the right ones. I tried the ones that they prescribe you. I tried some gummies. I'll have to, I don't even have the exact name of the gummies that I tried. I'll put that in my next video. But I had to go through so many different prenatal pills until I found some that didn't make me vomit or throw up. And those are what I'm taking now. I'm taking those, and I'm also taking, I got this box, this free box called the newbie box. And they sent me like a box. Once you get pregnant, you get a bunch of free stuff. But they sent me a box, and they had prenatal pills inside of them. And those are actually really good. So I'm probably gonna buy them. I think they gave me, I don't know how many they gave me, but I've been taking those for the past couple days. I think they gave me like a week's worth. It's not that many, but those have been helping. So I think I'm gonna actually look into buying those for the rest of my pregnancy. But it's those, and I think it's like Nature or something. I don't have them with me right now, but I think it's like Nature or something. Those really work really good. They help me a lot, and I just stuck with those. I hope the lighting in here is okay. So my second trimester is where the shortness of breath came in. So I started finally gaining weight. Finally, like the nausea, well, it was still there, but at the end, a couple weeks ago, I just started to gain weight, but that was in my second trimester. Now, the shortness of breath came in the middle of my second trimester, and y'all, I would be at work, walking to work. I'm on light duty, I'm not doing much, but I would be at work, walking to work, and I'm out of breath. I would be brushing my teeth and I'm out of breath, eating and I'm out of breath. I could be walking in a small area and I'm out of breath. I've never had problems like that. I did have asthma. Well, I do have asthma, but it's never bothered me. So I went to my nurse, my doctor, for one of my checkups. And I told her, and they did like x-rays and everything, and they told me, you know, that my asthma was pretty much the cause of it. And they also said he didn't really have much room in there, and you know, babies press on things as they grow. They start pressing on things, organs start moving, they can press on your lungs or whatever they're doing in there. So that was the cause of the shortness of breath. So I now have a asthma pump because of the shortness of breath. I really can't see. I'm hoping this is going to come out good. But I now have an asthma pump because of the shortness of breath. So that was one symptom that popped up out of nowhere during my second trimester. What else popped up? I was so freaking tired. So tired. And all the nausea and stuff was still with me in the second trimester, but the shortness of breath came, the discharge came. The discharge is too much. When you get pregnant, it's just a lot of things going on down there, and you just have to deal with it. And that's really it. So the discharge came, the shortness of breath came, the emotions came. I was so freaking emotional, during my second trimester. I mean, I cried over every little thing. I didn't want to do nothing. Like, the emotions was just out of this world. And my sex drive went from normal to boom. My sex drive was on 1,000. Like, I was so freaking horny every day, all day, just horny. Like, I was just horny. So yeah, that was a symptom. I want this to dry a little bit. So that was another symptom that came during my second trimester. So I didn't really, like, it was all of the symptoms that I was having in my first trimester. Sorry for this being in the way, y'all. I'm in the bathroom. This is the sink. So along with all the symptoms from my first trimester, those were added into my second trimester, but I still was having all of those same symptoms. So those are just added on. And it was kind of like, I'm not going to say it was annoying, but when you have to explain this, so it's me and his first time, you know, going through this. We're going through this for the first time together. So with me trying to explain to him, you know, the symptoms I'm having and what I'm going through, and I don't feel like doing nothing, and I'm tired, and I gotta throw up, oh, this stinks, that stinks, like, it just, I felt like I was just complaining so much, and I was like, oh my god, this is, maybe I just shouldn't say anything about my symptoms, but my symptoms were so freaking bad. Like, I was getting every symptom that you can possibly get. And during the second trimester, like the middle of the second trimester, is when I was just fed up. I was just like, okay, like, what is happening? When is this going to stop? I see so many people like, oh, I didn't have no symptoms, or I had this symptom or that symptom, but I didn't really have, you know, that many symptoms like that. And I'm just like, well, what is there something wrong? Like, what is happening with baby, like, or with me? Like, why am I having all of these crazy symptoms and nobody else is having a pregnancy like mine? Like, why is mine just seeming so freaking bad? So now that I'm in my third trimester, I am still getting the symptoms from the first trimester, the symptoms from the second, and they're now with me in the third trimester. So I'm still throwing up, sex drive is still high, still tired, still nauseous. I don't get the headaches. The headaches are not back. Hopefully they don't come back. So yeah, I don't get the headaches, thank God. But everything, I'm still getting all of the same symptoms. Sensitivity to smell is still there. Everything's still there. The only thing that has added is dandruff. I get a lot of dandruff now. I winded up cutting mostly, well, I didn't cut all my hair off, but I did like a big chop. If anybody knows me, or anybody that knows me, that really knows me, I've had like long hair my entire life. Like, my natural hair was just always long. Even when I was little, like, if you know me from when I was little, you know that I always had a head full of hair. Like, a head full of long, thick hair. So I ended up cutting my natural hair into a bob recently. And I don't know, I just was over it. And I like the way I look in a bob anyway. So I ended up doing that. But recently, I've been seeing that, like, my dandruff has been a lot thicker than it was before, ever. Because I never was really one to really have, like, bad dandruff like that. So it was kind of surprising. I think that's really it. I mean, I'm a little bit more emotional because now he's coming. And it's just like, oh my God, I have to be ready. Is it giving HD or no? I think it's giving flawless. Feeling him move and getting ready for him and preparing, like, it's just, he moves a lot. He is so busy. He's so busy. He be kicking the crap out of me. He's very busy. I have gotten a couple ultrasounds to see. He looks like me. I think he looks like me, but I think he kind of looks like his dad just a little tiny bit. But we're going to see. That's pretty much it for my symptoms. I didn't even finish my makeup talking to y'all. So y'all probably just want, I'm gonna just have to speed this video up probably. My 20-week anatomy scan, because you know, when you first get pregnant, they give you like my doctor, she gave me like a paper just showing me all the different kinds of tests and stuff that I can get for the baby, just to make sure baby's healthy, see, you know, if anything is wrong with baby. Anatomy scan. Well, I got like the Down syndrome test, and that was fine. And then I got an anatomy scan when I was 20 weeks. And when I got that, they were able, you know, it was a long ultrasound, and they pretty much went through every body part of baby, like kidneys, heart, brain, well, all the organs, I would say, hands, feet, 10 toes, 10 fingers, arms, thighs, like everything. They went through all of that, and I was able to see all of that. Sorry y'all. I was able, always line my lip like a little bit extra up there. Y'all will see how it come out when I'm done. I hope that don't look crazy on camera. It's not gonna look crazy when I'm done. But they went through everything, all his body parts, all of his organs, and then they check out the placenta. That really does look crazy on camera. But then they check out the placenta. When they checked out the placenta, they seen that the placenta, so you know, when you are pregnant, the umbilical cord from the baby comes from like their navel area, and then it attaches to the placenta. So it's supposed to attach to the placenta right in the middle of the placenta. This is the placenta. It's supposed to be right in the middle. My baby's umbilical cord attached to it at the end of it. So it's like not where it's supposed to be. So because of that, the blood flow that a normal baby would get, their umbilical cord is in the right place. I mean, because their umbilical cord attached to the placenta in the right place, my baby wasn't getting, because his was not in the right place. So they already had told me during that ultrasound, like when it was finished, that he probably was going to be a smaller baby. This is just eyeliner, y'all. That he was probably going to be a smaller baby because of his blood flow that he was getting. He couldn't get the regular amount of blood flow, and which was fine, because my mom said that we all, you know, were small babies. But after that, as I, you know, was progressing in the pregnancy, it seemed like I just wasn't gaining any weight, so they started kind of adding more ultrasounds just to check on the baby, just to make sure that his growth was kind of catching up, and it wasn't. And I think it also had something to do with the fact that I couldn't really eat like that either, because nothing would stay down. So now he's not getting the right blood flow. I can't eat anything, so he's not getting enough nutrients. So it was just like a lot, and they were like, oh, you're too small, you're too small, you're too small, baby's too small, baby's too small, what are you doing, mom? Get it together, you gotta eat, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, maybe you can try this, maybe you can try that. And I'm like, I'm trying everything, nothing is staying down. I am not doing this on purpose, nothing is staying down. But within my last ultrasound, they said that, you know, he looks good. He's 2 pounds. He was 2 pounds 8 ounces last week. So, excuse me. He's growing. got 3 months to go. He's gonna be a healthy little munchkin. But that is so scary. But going through that process and, you know, just hearing them say, oh, you can be small, or, you know, when I looked up it's called a marginal cord insertion. So when I looked up what a marginal cord insertion was, I'm like, okay, they're saying baby can be small, he can come out with this, he can come out with abnormalities, he can, like, it was just so much to read up on and look into, and I was just so nervous because I'm like, oh my god, is there anything that I can do? Can I change? Like, what can I do? And there was really nothing that I could do. But I keep, you know, getting tested and everything, and they say he's okay. So I'm just gonna go with the fact that everything's okay. It did say, I did read that once I deliver him, they have to carefully remove the placenta because of the fact that it's like the cord isn't right or something. I'm not exactly sure. But I've just been praying about it, and I'm just hoping that everything works out. God got us, I already know. I'm gonna have a safe and healthy pregnancy, a safe and healthy baby, a safe delivery. I have the support. I'm super happy, and I just cannot wait for him to get here. But that was another thing that I kind of had to go through that I wasn't really expecting. I mean, I've talked to people who have said that their kids had weird cords too, and everything was fine. I'm trying to find my lip gloss, y'all. But yeah, it's just, it's a little scary. It's a little scary to deal with. It's a little scary to hear, you know, once you become pregnant and you're carrying a baby, you just want to know that you're doing everything right. So when you hear, you know, anything like that, it's just like, oh my God, did I do something wrong? What is it that I can change? What is it that I can fix? It's just scary, but I know that he's gonna be fine. Y'all, I didn't even spray my face. I'm tripping. You want to get in my video?
Roy.